Yeah, cheers.
Hi, Suneetha.
Yeah. Hi, Manjusha. Good evening, Manjusha.
Yeah, could you please start your explanation?
Yeah. First, I'm going to share my screen, Manjusha. So today I'm going to show the navigation of managing security, Manjusha. So for that, I'm going to use activity guide. So this is our activity guide. In this practice, I'm going to perform the following task, that is assigning access to account and entity dimension members. So for that, we have to log in APM Cloud, and then we have to click on home page, then click on navigator, and then click on dimensions, and then make sure account dimension is selected in the dimension field. So and then select the account which you created earlier in practice 5-2, that is total underscore account. So I'm going to show you navigation part for that. So I have already logged in the APM cloud. So just and then click on navigator, and then click on dimensions. So we have to select account dimension. This is already selected, and we have to select total account. And going back to the activity guide, and then the next step is click the assign access icon from the actions drop down. So here is the action, and this is the action, and we have to select assign access. So we have another option to assign access. So that is here we have to click on this arrow mark. Here also we can click on assign access. So in both ways we can do this. So I have clicked on assign access and going to next step. Now go to the groups tab and click the add access icon, and then select the service administrator group and give right access, then click on add. After that, we have to click on OK and close the dialog box. So I'm going to show you the navigation part. So as per the activity guide, we have to click on groups, and we have to click on this plus icon, and we have to select service administrator, and we have to select right access to service administrator, and then we have to click on add button. So, and then we have to click on OK, and then we have to click on close. So here you can see we have given the right access of account dimension plus service administrator, and click on close. And going back to the activity guide, next we have to select entity dimension and select entity EN01_05, and repeat the steps from 5 to 9 to grant right permission on EN05 and EN06 to group service administrator. So as I have followed previous steps for giving right access to account dimension, same steps I'm going to follow for entity dimension. So we have to click on entity dimension, and then expand this total geography. Under segments, we have to expand this EN01. As per activity guide, we have to give right access for EN0105 entity as well as the EN0506 entity for service administrator group. So first I'm going to select region 0105 and click on assign access, and go to groups tab, click on plus icon and select service administrator, select right access, and then click on add, and then click on OK. Then click on close. Again, same we have to do for EN0106 dimension. Click on assign access. Again, go to groups tab, click on plus icon, and go to service administrator, and click on right access, and then we have to click on add. OK, and close. So like this, we have to assign the access for dimensions. So I'm done with all these steps, and next we have to define valid intersection. So I'll show you the how to I'll show you the navigation part, how to define the validation intersections. So for that, we have to log in the EPM cloud. Already we have logged in into EPM cloud, and click on home page and click on application cluster and click on the valid intersection card, and then click on create. So we have to go to the home page. Click on application cluster, click on valid intersections. Here to create new valid intersection, we have to click on create. So as per activity guide, we have to give this name as sample underscore valid underscore intersection. I'm going to give this name sample underscore valid underscore intersection. And then I'm done with fourth step. Coming to the next step, click on the down arrow to select anchor dimension and then select account dimension, and then now click add dimension to make a combination with another dimension. First I'm going to select account dimension as an anchor dimension, and to add another dimension we have to click on add dimension, and then we have to click on entity. So we have to select entity. Now to create rule, we have to click on add rule and click on the down arrow next to account and click on edit. So I'll do this. So first we have to click on add rule, and then we have to click on this down arrow button. We have to click on edit to assign the member of account dimension. So we are done with this step, and going back to the 10th step, search for operating income and hit enter, then select the result by clicking it. So we have to select this member as operating income. So we have to select this operating income. So I have selected this, and going back to the activity guide. So follow steps 11 and 12 in case account exists as part of selections. Otherwise, jump to step 3. So here in our navigation part, so already I have selected this one. So here only operating income is selected, no account selected. So we don't need to follow the 11th and 12 steps. So we directly click on OK. And the next step is now go to the entity tab and search for EN01. So we have to click on edit. EN01, as I already know, it is under segments EN01. We have to click on EN01. And then I'm done with this step. And going to the next step, click function selector for EN01, then click next to this to descendants. So we have to click on EN01 and we have to click on this apex and remove entity from the selections as done in step 11 and 12 in case it is part of selections. Then finally we have to click on OK. Finally we have to click on save and close. So here I have directly selected this EN01 as per activity guide. We have to select this function as well. This means I descendants as well. So for that we have to click on this I descendants. So we have to click on OK, and we have to click on save and close. So like this we can create valid intersections. As per activity guide, we done with valid intersections. Next, going to the loading data using data management. I'm going to show you how to load the data using data management. For that, in this practice, you'll perform the following tasks: import data to the FCCS application using data management and create import format, location, data mapping, and data load rule in order to export the data management. So for this, we have to in this practice, in order to set up or run a data load from data management, we'll start by creating an import format if the source and target are defined. So in my application, I didn't define any source and target application. First, I'm going to register the source and targets applications. So to navigate to data management part, we have to click on this data management under integration. So it will navigate to you this page. Under data management, we have two tabs, that is those are workflow and one more is setup. So under setup, we have setup tab. We have to register source system as well as target system before creating importing format. First, we are going to register source system. So we are going source system. In source system, we are going to take file as a source system type. As I'm going to I'm going to load file type data. So that is what I'm going to use this file, and we have to click on save, and then go to target application, and we have to create target application. As here I'm going to upload data, not metadata. For that reason, I'm going to click on local, and I'm giving. So here we have to type as consolidation, as we are in FCCS, and this is our application name. We have to give any prefix. I'm going to give target application TA underscore. This is the prefix. So we have to, once we have given that name, we have to click on save, and then so here we have to select all these dimensions: account, consolidation, currency, data source, entity, from currency, intercompany, movement, multi-gap, period, product, scenario, view, years. And then we have to click on save. Now we are done with registering source system and target system. Then we have to go to the import format, and going back to the activity guide. So the next step is select the setup tab and click on import format. Already I have done with this step. So then click on add to create a new import format and enter the following details. Name is IF underscore FCCS. Description is import format to load data, and file type is delimited hyphen numeric data. File delimited the pipe, but here I am going to give comma as file delimiter, as my file is saved in as .csv. So I'm going to create new import file. For that, I'm going back to data management part. So we have to click on import format, and we have to click on add to create new one. So as per activity guide, I'm giving name as IF underscore FCCS, and file type I'm taking as delimited numeric data, and file delimited is comma. So once we have given all these details, and one more thing, we have to give description. This is optional part. I'm going to give as per activity guide import format to load data. Format to load data, and then once we have given all these details, we have to click on save. So we are done with creating import format, and then so once we have saved, we click on save. So this mapping space will open. So here we have to map the source system columns with target system columns. So for that, first I'm going to open the file which I'm going to upload. So this is the file I'm going to load. Just I'm opening this one. So this is the one. And here we have totally 8 dimensions, fields. So entity, account, intercompany, data source, movement, multi-gap, product, and amount. So entity, that is in the first column, like amount, that is in the, as per my file, amount is in second field. We have to give name as like account, field number, that is in the position of 2, and next amount, same name I'm going to give as per my Excel file, and that is in 8th field. And then data source, that is in 4th position, same name I'm going to give. So 4th field. And then entity, same name I have mentioned in the file, entity, that is in first field. We have to give first in the first, and there is no currency in my file. And then intercompany, that is in third field. I'm going to give as third. And then movement, that is in 5th field. And then multi-gap, that is in 6th. Is in 6th field. And finally product, seventh field. So we are done with all. We have given mapping to source system fields to target system. Then once we have given all these details, we have to click on save. So done with this, and going back to the activity guide. This is my activity guide, and we are done with creating import format. And then the source file dm data import.txt is available in the lab folder. I don't have access for the lab folder. That is what I'm going to load my the one which I have created. So that is in csv file. And then for mapping, enter the following details. So already I have mapped these details. I'm done with this step. And then click save to save the changes. Next, part 2. In this practice, we'll create the location. To create the location, we have to click on the location in the setup tab, and then click add to add new location, and enter the following details. The name is location LOC underscore FCCS, import format IF underscore FCCS, and click on save. So going back to the application, we have, as per activity guide, we have to click on location. And to create new location, we have to click on add, and the name is LOC underscore FCCS as per activity guide. Import format, we have to select this one, IF underscore FCCS, which we have created recently. And back to the activity guide and click on save. We have to click on save. We are done with creating location. And going back to the activity guide, in this practice, so part 3, in this practice, we'll create data mappings for dimensions. So click on data mappings in the workflow tab, and then click location FCCS to change the POV, and enter the following details. Location is LOC underscore FCCS, period as Jan 20, and then click on OK. So as per activity guide, I'm going to click on we have already done with location. I'm going to click on data load mapping, as we have to give mappings, and we have to click on location, and we have to select the location which we have created. This is the one which we have created recently. You have to click on select, click on location underscore FCCS. As per activity guide, we have to click on Jan 20. Select for Jan 20. This is the one. Click on OK, and category is actual. Okay. Click on OK and click on save. And going back to the activity guide. So we are done with this step. Now perform the mapping for account dimension. Click the like mapping tab, then enter the following details by clicking add. So we have to give source value as star mark and target value star, and the rule name as is account map, ACC map. So going back to the, and we have to click on like mapping, and then as all we have already in the account dimension, to create new mapping, we have to click on add. Here, as per activity guide, we have to give star and target as value as a star, and rule name is ACC MAP. So we have to click on save. And going back to the activity guide, now select entity from the drop down, and then similarly enter the following details. So like we have to give same as like a star, source value as a star, target value as a star, and rule name is entity map. And then now select the other dimensions and enter the following information. For intercompany, we have to follow the steps like previously what we have done. We have to give source value as a star and target value as a star, and rule name is ICP map, and product also we have to give name as Pro map. This, and first entity, click on add. We have to click on, we have to give star as source value as well as target value. Rule name is ENT, entity map. So click on save. And next, intercompany, star, we have to give, and rule name is ICP. Click on save, and then moment. This is already selected by the system, and multi-gap. This is also already created by system, and product. So for product also we have to give star like mapping, Pro map. Click on save. And as I'm going to load data, we have to map the data as well. So from source system to target system, we have to map this data as well. For that, we have to select data in dimensions. We have to give star in the source value as well as star in the target value. Rule name, we can give data map. So we have to click on save. So I'm done with this mappings, data load mappings. Going to the next step. Click save to save the mappings, and coming to the part 4. In this practice, we are going to create the data load rule. So click data load rule in workflow tab, and then click add to create a new data load rule, and provide the following details. Name as DL underscore FCCS, description data load rule for FCCS. So going back to the application, click on data load rule. Click on add. Name as per activity guide, we have to give name as DL underscore FCCS. And the description is data load rule for FCCS. We have to click on save. We are done with this step, and then click on execute and select the checkboxes according to the following screenshot, and click select in order to provide the details for the import file. So we have to click on execute, and we have to click on this import from source to import the data from source system, and to export this imported data to the target system, we have to click on export, and this start period already selected by default, and file name so this is our file. Just I'm going to click on close. We have to select this file, further home page, and this is the DM data too. This is our file name. If we don't have this name file here, just we have to click on upload, and we have to browse from our local machine. So this is already in my system. I am going to select this one, DM data to .csv, and we have to click on run. So we are done with these steps. Next step is, once we select the file, file explorer will open where you can upload your source file. Click upload to upload your source. Browse for import file present on the location, and the name is this one. Click on OK, and now click on run. I'm done with this step. And click refresh to check the status of the data load. Once the data load is successful, the status will be visible as a green mark. So once our data load is success, we can see here. So this is successful, data load is successful. If we click on refresh, we can see here we have to get green mark. So click on refresh, we'll get to green mark if there are no errors. Wait for a few minutes. You have to click on refresh. It will take some time. Yeah, so we are done with data load, importing the data load rule as well as exporting it to the target system. As we have seen here, this green mark. If we get any error, we can see the cross mark in red color. So we are successfully load the file and validated and imported it to the target system. And going back to the activity guide. So to go back to the data load workbench to view the imported file, and then in order to view exported data, just I'll view this option. I'm going to this. I'm going to view this. Click on data load workbench. So here you can see if our file has been our file has been successfully imported and validated and exported, we'll get this orange color fishes. If we'll get any errors during validation, so we'll not get these fishes. So to export our file to target system, we have to first validate our data. So for that, we have to make sure our data load mappings is correctly mapped. So here I didn't get any errors. So we are done with this data load process. And as per activity guide, we'll go to the next step. In order to view the exported data in the FCCS application, navigate to the home page and click on rules card and launch the consolidation rule. So there we have to give the following details, provide the following details on the launch page, that is enter entity CN01, enter period Jan, enter scenario actual, and enter year as FY20 and click on launch. So further, just I'm minimizing this, going back to the application, click on home page, and we have to launch this rule. For that, we have to click on rules, and we have to launch this consolidation and an entity. In the entity, we have to click on EN01. Here we have to give only parent member. If we give child members, we'll get an error while doing consolidation. So that is what I have chosen, parent member, and period is Zan. as we have chosen in the data load Jan 20, that is what I'm making this as Jan, and scenario is actual. And year is, we have to select FY20. And then we have to click on launch. So consolidate rule was run successfully. And going back to the next step. So we have launched and click data card and expand FCCS. This was consolidation successfully. We have launched. So to view this, we have to go to jobs card. Whether consolidation has been successful or not, we can see here. So here you can see consolidation is successful. And next step is click on data card and expand FCCS income statement folder. Next, click on FCCS _ income statement by period to open up the form. So we have to enter these details. So that we can see whatever data we have uploaded, exported to our FCCS application. So for that, we have to click on data, and we have to click on FCCS _ income statement, and we have to click on income statement by period. Why we have to select this one only? I have chosen in file as the members under income. That is what I have chosen this one. So as per activity guide, we have to choose this scenario as actual, years as FY20, and year as periodic, and entity we have to change it to the ENs. I have mentioned EN01 _01 in my file, data file, which we have exported. So, and consolidation, we have to select entity input. So I'm going to select this entity input, and coming to data source, I have given in file as manage data. That is what I'm going to select this one. And coming to intercompany, I have given no intercompany. This one I have chosen in my file. And coming to multi-gap, I have selected this local gap. And currency is entity currency. We can keep it like this only. And product as no product. So once we have made this, we have selected all those members, POV, and we have to click on go. So you can see here, this data has been exported to the FCCS application. So like this, we can do the data management, data load using data management. So I'm done with all these members, all these steps. So here you'll be able to see the data that you have imported to the data management. So I'm done with all those steps. So we are done with data loading using data management. Now going for the next lesson, managing data. In this, we are going to practice and we are going to perform the following tasks: importing data from a CSV file, copying data from one POV to another, and clearing data from the queue. So first we are going to do importing data from a file. For that, we have to log in the EPM cloud, and on home page, click the application cluster, then click on overview card, and then click on action drop down and select import data and click create. Now browse for the file on your system and file name, and we have to provide file name and location. So going back to the application, first click on home page, click on application, click on overview. Here you can see action under actions, first we are going to do import data. For that, we have to click on import data and click on create. And we have to select local and comma delimited, as my file is in local mission, and my file is saved with comma delimited. That is what I have selected, this one, and the source file. So this is the file I'm going to download. This is import June data load, and click on OK. And first we have to validate, and then click on import. So import data job submitted successfully. Import data. So to see whether it is successful or not, we have to click on close and we have to go to the jobs. It is still processing. Just click on refresh. Refresh. Still in process. And click on refresh. And we have to click on refresh. Yeah, I'm done with importing data. You can see here importing data completed. So we are done with importing data and done. Then next practice. So you can see I got like this only in my application. And next, copying and clearing data. First, we have to log into the EPM application and home page, click on application cluster and click on our UCard and click on actions drop down and select copy data and click on create button, fill the following details. Scenario as actual, so source also actual and target as actual, year FY20, period Jan, and entity. We are going to copy the data from EN0105 to 0106. As I have mentioned, I have loaded data into the EN0101 entity. So I'm going to take it as EN01_05 and I'm going to copy it to the EN0102. So for that, we have to again click on overview, click on actions. We are going to click on copy data and we have to click on create. So scenario, as it is regular data, I have selected here regular data. If it is override data or write data, we have to select this one. So this is the regular data I have given. So scenario as actual, as per activity guide, we have to select this one. And coming to period, it is FY20, as I have loaded data for FY20. And coming to period, it is for January. And data source entity is source file is as I have loaded into the EN01. We have data in the EN01. I'm going to select this one. And I'm going to this EN01_01 entities data to the EN0102. EN01_02. Next, I'm going to select this one. So remaining, we no need to change anything. And these are all the mandatory fields. These account movement and intercompany, these are all not mandatory. I'm not going to select anything. And just I'm going to save this one. So scenario, I have already selected that. I didn't select this one. I'm going to select this one. This, click on OK. Yeah. So now I'm going to save this one for future purpose. Please select valid data source member. Why it is not coming? Data source member. I have taken it as manage data. So we have done all the selections. Now I'm just saving my copying data as test. Just description data. Just I have saved this one for my future reference. Now I have given these details as per activity guide. And then once we have given, then click on run. Check the job section to verify copy was successful or successfully completed. And I'm going to click on run. Yes. So job is submitted. See the job console for more information. This we have to click on cancel, and go to the jobs. So here you can see copy data is completed. So next step, to verify the data has been copied to entity EN06, click the data card on the application home page. Here instead of EN0106, I have taken EN0102. For that, so I'm going to select that one and expand FCCS underscore income statement folder and then open FCCS underscore income statement by period. Change the entity dimension to EN0106, then click the go icon and verify that the data is present for the accounts. So go to the navigation part, home page, under data. Just this is already selected. So FCCS underscore income statement by period. So here I'm going to make it from EN01 to 02. EN0101. So from this EN02, EN01 underscore 02. Just click on OK. Just click on go. Here you can see whatever data represented in the EN01 underscore 01 entity, same data we have copied here. So like this, we can copy the data. I'm done with these steps. Next, to clear the data from the home page, go to overview in the application cluster, select clear data under actions and click on the create button and fill the following details. So scenario as actual, year as FY20, period John 20, entity, I'm going to select it as EN01 underscore 02 as I have data in the 02 and FCCS underscore data input as the data source. So going back to this one, we have to click on home page, under application cluster, click on overview, click on actions, click on clear data, click on create, and scenario as actual, and then here as FY20 as I have data with FY20 and period as Jan. Okay. And then entity, I'm going to clear the data in EN01 underscore 02. I'm going to clear the data in EN01 underscore 02 entity. Click on OK, and data source, we have to take it as managed data. Just once all these details are given, just I'm going to save this one for my future purpose. Just underscore. Save successfully. And next step is, once we have given all these details, and then click on run, follow step 9 to verify the data has been cleared. No data will be available for the entity EN0106 in the form. So first we have to click on run, click on S, and job is submitted. So go to the job console, whether this job is completed or not. Just jobs console, go to jobs console. Here we are done with clear data, and to check whether data has been cleared or not, again we have to go to the data card. So again we have to click on this FCCS underscore income statement by period. You can see before we have data under EN01 underscore 02. but now you can see there is no data as we have cleared the data. So like this we can clear the data. Now next practice is for lesson 10 is managing forms. So here I'm going to show you how to create forms and how to assign access for those forms. First, we're going to create the forms. For this, we have to log in the EPM Cloud and click on home page and go to the navigator icon, and then we have to select forms. Further, just we have to click on navigator. Under create and manage, we have to click on forms as per activity guide, and then click the plus icon to create a new folder. Here we have to create, I'm going to create a new folder. Under that folder, I'm going to save my forms, whatever I have, or whatever I'm going to create. So for that, name is, we have to give the name as data forms and click on OK. So the name is data forms, it is already there. So click on OK. So we have to select this one. And next step is, if your newly created folder, click create simple form and then enter the following details on the properties tab. First, we have to simply click on create plus this plus icon, or else under actions, we have this option create simple form. So once we clicked on that, it will navigate to this space. So in this, we have properties tab, layout tab, other options, and business rule. In the properties tab, we have to give the form name. As per activity guide, I'm going to give it as the data entry, and description. This form is used for data entry. Name is data entry. This description is this form is used for and going back to the activity guide. On the layout tab, arrange the dimensions in the following format by dragging and dropping dimensions. So in the point of view, we have to keep view, intercompany, currency, multi-gap, and product. On the page dimension, we have to give years, period, scenario, consolidation, and data source. So here we will move this, go to the layout tab. First, we'll have the all dimension in the point of view. So if we want to move these dimensions to page or attribute dimensions or rows or columns, so simply we have to click on this. We have to click on this and we have to move it to the here. As per activity guide, in the page section, we have to move years, period, scenario, consolidation, and data source dimensions in the page section. So years. So for that, we have to simply click on this and drag it here on page. So it has been moved. And next one, period and scenario. Period, scenario, and consolidation data source. Consolidation and data source. So we have moved these 5 dimensions into the page section. And then in the rows, we have to move movement and account dimensions. So we have to move this movement, account, and movement dimension into the rows. And in the column, we have to move entity dimensions. Entity dimension. So we're done with this step. Going back to the next step. So now add two more rows. To do the right click on row 1 and then select add row. And going back to the application, this one, we have to click on here to add row. We have to click on add row. So you can see here one more row has been added. And then now repeat once more. So we are going to add one more row here. Add row. We are done with this step. And then enter the following details in the point of view dimension by clicking on the icon as shown in the screenshot. So here we have to click on, and for view we have to give FCCS underscore periodic, currency, entity currency, intercompany as a FCCS underscore no intercompany, product as no product, and multi-gap as FCCS underscore local gap. So first I'm going back to the application in the point of view for the. So we have to click on this one. We have to select this periodic and move it to the right side and click on OK. And for intercompany, for a currency, entity currency, we have to choose, and for intercompany, we have to choose no intercompany. So by clicking every time here, we can simply click here and we can select the members here. So we are done with the view dimension, and again, and now currency, we have to take it as entity currency. We have to select here, we have to move it to here. And coming to the next dimension, it is intercompany. Intercompany, we have to select no intercompany. So here one point in the POV, we have to select only level 0 members. And then coming to multi-gap. So here as per activity, we have to take as local gap and product as local gap, this one. And product as no product. We have to select this no product and we have to click on OK. And going again, we are done with this step, and it should looks like this screenshot. And in the page dimension, click the blue down arrow for year dimension, click on edit, and then next select years, then click the function selector icon and click children, then click on OK. So I'm going to do this step. So we have to click on this blue arrow mark and click on edit and click on years and click on this function. As per activity, we have to click on children. We have to click on children. So already I have clicked on this. We have to click on OK. Back to the application activity guide. So I'm done with this step. Similarly, enter the following details: scenario, actual, consolidation, ID sentence, FCCS underscore contribution total. Period, edit, period is ID sentence year total. This is year total. We have to click on function. We have to select this ID sentence. And on scenario, on edit, and select this actual to the right side and click on OK. And consolidation, on edit, contribution total, cost sequence for consolidation, ID sentence, FCCS underscore contribution total. Have to select this one. We have to click on and click on ID sentence. So we have selected this one and coming to data source. So data source ID sentence is the data source. This is the untitled the total data source. We have to click on function ID sentence. Click on OK. So we are done with this page selection and now enter the following details for rows and columns. For row 1 movement dimension, search for the changes due to issue of stock in the search box and click enter. So going back to the application, click on edit, first row, edit for movement dimension. We have to search as changes due to issue of stock. So I'm going to type it due to issue of stock. We have to search here. We have to select this one as per active. This is the one changes shown in the error. We have to click on enter. So just we have to select this one and click on enter. Going back to the activity guide. We are done with 11th step. Select the member and click the right arrow, then click on OK. I have already selected and similarly enter the following details for the members. Row 1 changes due to issue of stock and account is common stock. We have to select common stock for account. Stock. So I'm going to select this one. Done with row 1 and second thing, say coming to second row, this for account. We have to take 4,000 as this account is not present in my application. I'm going to take this account 7001. I'm just touching here. This is the one and I'm going to select here and coming to movement, you have to click edit. As per activity guide, we have to take it as changes in other current assets. Changes in other current assets. Search down. So this is the one and we have to move it to the right side and click on OK. We are done with second row and coming to third row. As per right, we have to select 7,000. I guess this is not there in my application. This are another one. Just I'll cross check whether this one is there or not there. I'll select so 7120. This is existed in my application, so I'm going to select that one. 7120. This is the one, public relations. Just click on right side and I have public relations. Click on OK. Okay, it has been selected and click on edit and coming To the activity guide, we have to select changes in net income. Changes in net income. Search down and select this one. Click on OK. Just I'm cross-checking this one. So we have to give changes, ratio of stock. This I'm deleting this one. Searching here. Stock. So we have just I'm removing this one. It's the one we have to move it to the right side. Click on OK. So we are done with all these three rows. Now coming to column. So we are done with this entity. For column entity, children consolidation entity, we have to select this one. For entity, click on edit, total geography, entity, children consolidation entity. We have to select this consolidation entity. Just I'm going to select this. Just I'm searching this one. Results. So that member is not existing in my application. Another one entity. I'm going to select this EN01 affects children. So children of EN01 I'm going to select. So I'm done with this step. So now it should look like the following screenshot. So it looks like in my application. You can see it is shown the same here as shown in the activity, right? I'm done with this step. Now click save and then select business rules and select console rule, consolidate and click add. And we have to click on save, which save these changes. And now go to the business rules and we have to select this one and we have to move it to the right side. Step and then click add and save your form and then click finish. Select your newly created form and then click on edit. We have to click on save and click on finish. So you can see here our data entry form as created. And then as for activity guide, again, we have to select newly created form and then click on edit and click save as. So we have to select this one, click on edit. We have to click on save as. So to go to that, you can see here, click on save as. So name as per activity guide, we have to consolidated data form. Data click on OK. So we have by clicking on save as, we have created one more form. That we are done with this step. So now go to the layout tab and delete row 2 and row 3. So for that and delete and move the movement dimensions to the columns from rows. Go to the layout. We have to delete this second row and third row. For that, we have to click on right. We have to click click on right side and delete row. And one more thing, right click here and delete row. And as per activity guide, we have to move this movement dimension to the row. Sorry, column. Done with this step. Now change the dimension members to following dimension step. Steps will be similar to the step 11 above. So movement dimension, we have to select closing balance dimension. We have to select closing balance. Balance. We have to search down here. So first we have to remove this one. Then add this one to right side and click on OK. I'm done with movement dimension. Account I descendants FCCS underscore total balance sheet underscore traditional approach. Coming to this account dimension, we have to select under balance sheet, under total underscore balance sheet traditional approach, we have to I descendants. For that, we have to click on FX. We have to select this descendants including, and I'm going to remove this common stock, and I'm going to click on OK. So this one has selected as per activity guide, and then the selection should looks like the following screenshot. Make the following changes in the POV dimension. View as FCCS underscore YTD, intercompany as FCCS underscore intercompany top, and currency as parent currency. Going back to the application, in the point of view, so view per period YTD. So I'm going to add this one. Click on OK. And coming to entity currency, so we have to select this parent currency. Click on OK. And currency as parent currency and intercompany as intercompany top. Coming to the company. So we have to intercompany we have to move it to the right side. So I'm done with this step. And I'm done with this step. And the forms grid properties, enable the checkbox for suppress missing blocks and suppress missing data for rows. So here the grid properties we can see here we have to select these suppress missing data for rows and suppress missing blocks. We have to finally click on save and finish. So come here, we have to click on save and click on finish. So we like this, we can create the forms, the data forms. So, and then next, assigning access to the forms. In this practice, we are going to assign access to the form that you created in the practice 10.1. So for that, we have to log into the APM cloud and select the data entry form. Then click on assign access icon. Then select the groups tab. Then click on plus icon, select service administrator, and then give right access, and then click on add and close the tab. Again, going back to the my application, select this add data entry. Here we have the option to assign access. So here go to the groups, click on add, select service administrator and give right access and click on add. So we have given an access to the service administrator group successfully and click on close. Again, click on close. This is about today's presentation, Manjusha. I'm done from my end, Manjusha.
Okay, thanks, Suneetha.
Thank you, Manjusha.
Okay, Suneetha, you can leave.
Can I stop sharing?
Yeah, Suneetha.
Yeah.